Hello everyone, it's Sippy Cup. So I have a new game to show you. This game is Endless Space and it is effing sweet. It is a space 4X turn-based strategy game akin to things like Civilization but in space. I've been on the prowl for a new 4X game for a long time because there just hasn't been any out there that were polished enough to really hit that sweet spot. So, I've tried everything from Star Ruler to Distant Worlds, tried Sins of a Solar Empire, which some 4X purists will say is not a real 4X because it's real time, and a number of other games, but I saw this one for the first time about a month or two ago. I don't remember what website, but I saw some screenshots and I was like, damn, that looks good. And come to find out a couple days ago, they put it up on Steam. You can basically pre-order the game, which gets you instant access to the alpha. This is the alpha. And I tried throwing money at my screen, but nothing happened, so I had to just go ahead and pre-order it on Steam. And here it is. Alright, enough talk. Talk is cheap. Let's do this. Endless Space. We're going to start a new game. And this is not going to be a tutorial by any means. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in a relatively short amount of time. I just want to give you the basic idea of what this game's about. So, okay, here's your new game screen. You can basically choose the size of your galaxy. You got your size, your age, empire, shape, and all that stuff. I believe that there's supposed to be more races right now, but only a subset of those are unlocked. So you've got your United Empire, Sophons. These guys are like Warhammer 40k, Imperium of Man. Sophons are like your sophisticated science guys. Hisho are your kind of noble warriors. Cravers are your insectoid, warmongering bastards hell-bent on the destruction of all living things, which is why I'll be playing them. And then Horatio, I don't even know. The ships look dumb. Well, kind of cool, but I don't know. They're not for me. So Cravers, we'll go for it. Over here you can see some bonuses, what kind of thing they get. I don't know what these locus points are and stuff, but they get some technology unlocks. Every civilization you'll see gets different bonuses. This is pretty standard. So far, no big departures from the basic 4X structure. So we're going to go with Cravers for now. I've played a couple of games just like, half hour at a time. So I haven't gotten that... I haven't actually won yet, but we'll go with this for now because I haven't tried this one. So I just want to make sure I've got a good mix here. So I'm going to go Sophons, Horatio, United Empire, just so we have different races. And then difficulty, I'm going to put it on newbie because I'm a bitch and the AI is pretty darn good for just being alpha. Game speed normal. There's advanced options too, but I'm not going to mess around with that too much. I'm just going to jump right into it. So let's go ahead and start this up. Pretty, right? Okay. So here is your galaxy. This is basically all the territory you can conquer. I believe I chose a 4-arm spiral galaxy, so not everything is completely explored right now, but there's basically going to be, you can kind of see there's 4 arms here, and these are going to be kind of connected by interstellar bridges. Anyway, so here is your first kind of base, if you want to think of it that way. It is a solar system. This is the GIENAH system. So we currently start with one planet colonized. You can see up here you've got these icons. This tells you a little bit about what kinds of resources the planet has. So the resources, there's 4 in the game. There's food, industry, science, and dust. The game sometimes shortens it to FIDS, rather. FIDS for food, industry, dust, science. Dust you can kind of think of as gold or spice or whatever it is. So you can see right now I've got this colonized. There's the other planets. I basically don't possess the technology yet to colonize the other planets in this system, but you can get an idea of what kind of resources they have. So some of them are rather resource poor, whereas this, lava planet specializes in industry and things like that. And then you've got sort of strategic resources here. So I'm just going to kind of cover things quickly. I'm not going to go too crazy in depth with the detail here. I just want to show as much as I can. But so for starters, we're going to choose an exploitation, and an exploitation is basically a specialization for your planet. So you can see here there's 4 different ones, and each one specializes in one of these resources. So my planet is very rich in dust. It is an arid planet. So you'll notice some of them actually get an extra bonus if you use it on a certain type of planet. So let's see. This one, if I do colonial exchange, I get +1 dust per person on planet, and I can't mouse over it because the tooltip is, it goes away when I move my mouse. But you can see I get +1 dust per person on the planet, and then I get an extra +1 per person if it's on an arid planet. So because I already specialize in dust, I could get this arid planet to take advantage of that extra bonus. But because my science is kind of low, maybe I want to choose a science one, but I'll just go with the dust one for now. More money will mean that I can rush building and things like that. Anyway, so now that I've got that done, let me close out of this, and I'm gonna just go back to the galaxy screen, and I'm gonna kind of show you what all these different tabs are up here. So this is your empire view. You get a quick overview of your empire, your approval, your dust income. Again, dust you can kind of think of as your gold. You got your tax rate, you got your bonus factors, so these are going to be bonuses that you get based on your race, and also as a result of any structures that you produce in solar systems and things like that. Here is the star systems that you control are going to show up here. There's only one that I control right now. Hero, I'll get to this in a second. I haven't hired any heroes, nor can I yet because I don't have dust, but heroes are cool, and I will talk about that in a minute. And then it will show you your current production, how many ships you got in the hangar, and then you have an AI setting here where if I say I want to focus on a particular thing, like I want to focus on getting approval rating higher versus strike a balance or military improvements. Since I'm Cravers and I just want to dominate, I'm going to go ahead and choose military, and then it's going to automatically select production that's going to give me the best possible boost to my military. So let's see, let's go to the next thing. Here is your tech tree. You have 4 basic specializations, 4 trees which are sort of separate but related. You've got galactic warfare. This is weapon oriented stuff. You've got your applied sciences. This is going to be high technology. This is going to do things like unlock new kinds of buildings that you can make. That's also going to allow you to use strategic resources. So you might have strategic resources on your planet, but until you actually research the relevant technology, you can't do anything about it. Then you've got pardon me, exploration and expansion. So this is how you colonize planets like that you couldn't normally colonize, so tundra and desert planets, Arctic planets. Somehow, this is one thing that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You're capable of interstellar travel, yet you can't colonize an Arctic planet. This just seems a little bit unrealistic to me. I feel like most of these planet colonizing ones should probably be either rolled into groups, so that maybe desert and arid or whatever are all together. But anyway, getting ahead of myself here. So let's just choose a military one for now while I show you the other one. I want that. Oops. Did I undo it? Whatever. Okay. Alright, and then your last tree here is your diplomacy and trading. So this is going to be mostly things that affect your economic and diplomatic capabilities. So that's your tech tree. Then you have your military tab. This is going to let you do 2 things. One, it's going to show you your active fleets. So this fleet, I've got Forager, which appears to be a multi-role, a kind of attack-oriented ship. And then my beta fleet has a hive ship, which is a colony ship. This is another small complaint, actually. That's not a huge complaint, but each race has basically a different nomenclature for its ships. So a colony ship is not always called a colony ship. It's going to be called something different for each race, which is a little confusing at first, but you'll get used to it eventually. I wouldn't mind seeing a little homogenization with that. So there you can see your fleets, and you can sort and all this stuff. But the cool thing is you can also create new designs. So let's go ahead and add a new design, and I'll just show you this real quick. So you can see I've kind of got some stuff buzzing around here. I'm sure there's a flavor reason for that, but so you choose a hull, right? You've got your Raider class hull, and this has the effects there. You see that you get some bonuses to repair, scout, and engine module tonnage. Basically what that means is that whatever the tonnage is on a certain module here, so let's say this hard kinetics, right? This kinetic weapon normally weighs 7 tons. This one actually doesn't give me a bonus to that, but okay, pretend that this had a the 25% bonus to weapons. Then this would only weigh like 5 tons or whatever. You get that. You get to pack more of the stuff onto the ship that your ship specializes in. So that's how the game handles that. And then you have your colony class 1, and this, so you get your support module civilian tonnage reduced by 40%. So if I wanted to make a new ship, I'd give it a name, call it Attack or something, and then I would throw on some kinetics, I'd throw on some missiles, go to defense modules, put on some armor, don't have any flak or shield technologies unlocked, then support modules, maybe some energy couplings, and then some protective plating, maybe some more plating, now I go to weapons, put on some more of that, maybe a lot. I could pack on a lot of weapons. I think that's actually one of the racial bonuses, is that you get extra tonnage for weapons on the Craver ships, so that's pretty cool. So here's my new ship. You can see your cost, your MP, and your HP, and all that stuff. How many command points it needs. So now I can create this, and there I've got a new attack class ship. So here is your diplomacy tab. I haven't contacted any of the races, and as soon as I did contact them, I would probably just be trying to wipe them out rather than make buddy-buddy with them. But then let's see, this is your heroes tab. Here you have heroes for hire. This is sort of your hero tavern. So the heroes have different specialties, and there's 2 things that you can do with heroes. Here, so let's look at this. This is their level. This is their class. They basically have 2 classes. So this one is an administrator, which will improve production, construction, and things like that. And then he's also a commander, so he's good at leading fleets into battle. This guy's got corporate and adventurer classes, and this guy's got administrator and adventurer. So normally if I had some dust, I could hire one of these guys, but there's 2 things that you can do to them. You can basically either assign them to a system, in which case they'll become like a planetary governor or a system governor, and their bonuses will apply to that colony or the solar system. Or you can assign them to a fleet, and if they were, they had fleet type bonuses like commander, then they'll get bonuses applied to the fleet. And it doesn't seem like it's very verbose about what it actually gives you bonus wise, but maybe I'm just missing something. So there's your heroes. So that's basically it. I think I showed you all the tabs, right, and the rest is just execution. So here, I can see I've got 2 fleets. First thing I probably want to do is go scout. So I would grab my, let's see, what is this guy here? That's my hive ship, and this is my forager. So I'd take my forager, I got him selected, and I would go scout. So now I've discovered the Menace system. Can't colonize it because it's tundra. So I'll take him and, move on to the next system. It's turn-based, and I don't have enough movement left, so that's all I can do there. But yeah, so that's a basic quick look. I want to show you some combat, so I'm going to pause for a little bit and get to the combat in a minute. Okay, so my hive ship is getting attacked by a pirate ship, so it's probably going to get blown up, but I will show you anyway. So here I'm going to go into manual mode. You can choose auto to let the combat auto resolve, but this is going to go kind of fast, so pay attention. So basically, you don't have any direct control over your ships. they're going to get closer and closer as the battle progresses. There's these long range, medium range, and melee range phases. Since I'm trying not to die, I am going to choose engineering for each phase, and I'm going to explain what this means in a second. I just want to do it now. So basically, there's 3 phases: long range, medium range, and melee. Each range they get closer, and for each phase you get to choose a card. And I had to pick them quickly, so I couldn't really show you what that does, but basically you have access to some cards, and it's kind of like Magic the Gathering. There's sort of checks and balances, paper, rock, scissors type play here. So I could choose to focus on offense or defense or, you know, logistics or whatever. Certain cards are strong against other cards, and you kind of get an extra bonus or like negate the enemy card if you play a card that's strong against theirs. But in this case, I have basically an unarmed colony ship, and I'm trying to defend against these 2 pirate ships. So the card that I chose was Nano Repair Systems, and this basically is just going to repair HP at the beginning of each phase. So I don't know if you noticed, but up there in the corner, my HP had been depleted a bit and just jumped up by 20%. All I'm trying to do is survive, because I just want to deploy a new colony, and I think that I can probably live. But yeah, since the ship has no weapons, I can't really fight back. All I can do is try not to die. But yeah, you see this gauge here just kind of fills up, and when it's full, then the battle's over. So they weren't able to kill me, but they took about half of my HP off. Stupid pirates. Cool. So I would normally be able to show you something more interesting there, but that's kind of the basic idea. And you know, you have the 3 different weapon classes. You have your kinetic weapons. Here, let me pop in here real quick and I'll show you. So you've got 3 different classes of weapons. You basically have beams, missiles, and kinetic. So kinetic weapons are good at close range. Beam weapons, I believe, are good at mid-range. Missile weapons are good at long range. Flak is for destroying incoming enemy missiles. Armor defends against damage. You know, support increases your ship power. Deflect, I believe, this is for deflecting kinetic weapons, and then your shield deflects beam weapons, and then I'm not sure what deflects missile weapons. I don't know, maybe missiles are just good against everything. I haven't quite figured that out. Anyway, here. So, combat was resolved. It looks like this is my colony ship, and I arrived at this system. There's a nice large Terran world here. Looks ripe for a new colony. So I can select my colony ship here, and then I can click this button. This is going to colonize, and then I just click on which one I want to colonize, because there's actually 2 in this system that I could do. The large Terran or the small tundra. This one has micro factories. What does that do? Plus 20 approval on the planet, and plus 1 food per person on the planet. Whereas this one, just, you know, that's large Terran, so it's got some nice bonuses there. And this one, not quite so good, it looks like. Well, more science. I'll just go with the big one, because it supports a bigger population. So, well, I should be able to click on it. I guess it doesn't want to let me. Maybe it's a bug. That's peculiar. Maybe I need to end the turn. Let's try ending the turn. It is still an alpha, so, you know. Oh god, the pirates are trying to kill me again. Anyway, let's pretend I'm just going to let this resolve, and it's probably going to get blown up. Anyway, let's pretend that I was able to colonize that planet. Then I would have... yeah, they got blown up. Oh, I can always build another one. I'm starting to accrue some dust up here, so I could probably just expend this to build a new one quickly. Anyways, I got my scout here. I could send that out to fight the pirates, but here, let me pause for a sec. Okay, so I just moved my scouts into the system, so I have now an option to attack enemy fleet. So it's 1 forager against 2 pirate ships, but the pirate ships are damaged, I think, by some other race. So I'll just try to do this. I can probably take them. So what I'll do is, for long range, because I only have kinetic weapons, I'm going to choose Sabotage for my first card. And long range is basically going to reduce enemy accuracy. For medium range, I'm going to choose my Engineering to do repair. And then for melee range, then we'll do the offense card basically to pump up my weapon damage. So you see, long range, we both chose the same one, so I think that they countered each other. So nothing happened with that. No bonus on either side. And this just plays out again, like I said. You know, I'm not able to control these ships directly. It's just kind of basically cinematic, and I've just got a very limited amount of input that I can do via these cards. So here we both chose the same, and they didn't cancel each other out, so we both repaired successfully. And once this bar reaches here, my dog is barking in the background. Once the bar reaches here, we're going to go to melee range, and we'll see what happens there. Melee phase, oh, we chose the same card for every phase. So now we're going to try to pummel each other. And I might actually die here because they have 2 ships and more firepower. Good news is, though, I sent another better ship to the system to deal with these pirates, so hopefully it gets there. Yeah, it looks like I'm about to blow up. I'm dead. So that's that. I was defeated by the dastardly pirates. Live by the sword, die by the sword of the stars. So here's a resolution and some housekeeping stuff. My patroller is done and started this other project. So here is my other ship that I started. You see it's got better stats than the base scout. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. This game is awesome. I've been waiting for a game like this to come along for a long time, and it's got a lot of potential. It is an indie game studio called Amplitude, but they are not total noobs. Some of the guys have worked for studios like Ubisoft and EA, so they're industry veterans with a number of decades of experience between them. And I think that there's a team of about 5 or 6 guys over there. Actually, I think one woman as well. So there you go. Yeah, it's 20-something bucks to get it to pre-order it on Steam. Your money will help these guys get this game finished and polished. So if this looks like something that you'd be interested in, definitely check it out on Steam. It's awesome, and it's just going to keep getting better. Alright, until next time, have a good one.